sanctuary. We're so happy to be with you. It's a Shechayanu. For those of you who are arriving in the sanctuary, in our home, those of you who are joining us online at this moment, joining us with Shalom Aleichem, which can be found in your Siddurim on page 8.
Sorry?
Page 6.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem Leshalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Barchuni Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We welcome angels. And I think for almost 10 years running, we never had to think about angels because they would be hanging from the ceiling here, right? Right around this time of the year when we'd have Parshat Vayetze and also Vayishlach, that would sometimes coincide with the holy season. They'd have angels, but we don't really need those figurines at this moment because the angels are all sitting here and in your house. But in particular, this is the first time that Romemu's community band has been together since February of 2019. So
2020.
February 2020. That's a lot of time.
A year and 8 months.
Oh, so happy
9
to be able
months.
to make music together, play and pray. So I want you to know something, friends. When the Kabbalists, the mystics in northern Israel got together and said, you know what? There isn't a Kabbalat Shabbat service. We better create one. probably didn't go out into the fields and then speed read through this original poem that was written by one of the great poets. They probably took their time chewing on each word. And when they said Yedid Nefesh, they probably thought, oh, I know that experience of having a really good friend, a soul friend. Ava Rachaman, compassionate father. Wow. A parent, a loving presence that looks at you and immediately you say, oh, okay. So in some ways, I know for me personally, I can say that being in a space sometimes also feels that way, seeing the red carpet here and sitting in a place where we've prayed together for over a decade plus. Feels like a compassionate space, a makom. It's the most important word in this week's Torah portion is the word makom, the place. Jacob comes to the place. The place. On page 8, in the bolded Hebrew, sometimes you really can't let down your guard until you know that the place that you're in is peaceful. That if you were to just relax a little bit more, maybe trust a little bit more, to be held. Igalena.
Igale, gale, gale, no. Froze, habibi alai. It's
Page 11 and 12.
Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash. Shiru Adonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Adonai
for David. On page 19 and 20. Open up all you images of the divine. Open up. The goddess's beauty and strength. Open up. Goddess whose presence is her name. Bow deeply before Goddess in the magnificence of this earthly shrine.
Mizmor David, Haful Adonai Leili, Havul Adonai, Kavod Vaos, ay, 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 Havul Adonai Leili, Havul Adonai Vadato Dash, Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavodim Adonai Alamayim Rabim Kol Adonai Kol Adonai Behadon, Kol Adonai Shover Arazim, Shover Adonai et Arzei Halvanon, Vayakideh kemo egel Lebanon,
Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya bam ba ba ba. Ya ba ba ba. You may be seated if you'd like. Checking in. 22 and 21. Sometimes the davening can get ahead of us. Where are you in the davening? Are you being davened or are you davening? I said, I can't speak any louder, so if you can make me louder, that'll be good. Yeah, cool. Good. So sometimes the davening can get ahead of us. Davening. And I said, are you davening or is the davening taking you? Sometimes it's good. The davening comes in and we don't know where we are, and then the davening takes us, right? Right? It just takes us. We don't even want to sing, maybe. We just sit there and all of a sudden there's a tidal wave of singing and it's just great, right? It just takes us. Yachid Ge'eh. You know, the word Ge'eh in Hebrew means pride. Ge'ut is like Ga'ava, is like to be proud. It's a bit arrogant too. Say to someone, oh, you have Gaiva. But God is Yachid Ge'eh. God is absolutely singular and proud, full of Ga'ava, like divine arrogance. God says, look, here we are. It's a Friday night, and human beings just want to always do stuff. We want to just be doing and doing. But Yachid Ge'eh, le'amcha paneh. You, look, God, have pride in those who stop and they rebel and rebel with a pause. And they stop and say, you know what? Zochei Kiddushatecha. Remember what's most important. Because the week is Alma de Shikra. The week is just, we forget so many things. As soon as Shabbos is over, we forget. We forget on Shabbos too. When we stop, we say, okay, what's most important of everything? Right, this moment, all of our energies and all of our awareness, just in this moment, what's most important? Yachid Ge'eh. Look at us. We turn and remember Kiddushatecha, your holiness. Page 21 and 22. Yachid Ge'eh le'amcha panei Zochrei Kedushatecha Yachid Ge'eh Amcha Panei Zochrei Kedushatecha So I just wonder if we could just take 2 minutes now. You're already meditating, you already have attention. And the only difference is now inviting you to direct your attention, your energies, your awareness to the body at this moment. Just bringing your eyes closed if you feel comfortable, and just bringing awareness to the sensations in the body, your felt sense of being present here in your body at this moment. You might direct your awareness towards the sensations in your skin. Just not the idea of skin or the word, but the experience. I'm inviting you to bring your awareness to your hearing, to what you hear, noticing that sounds are not something you have to hear. Hearing happens. Just noticing what sounds you notice. And now if you could generate some energy, some attention, shifting your awareness to your eyes and focus your own kinesthetic awareness of the sensations around your eyes. Noticing if there is any tension there, any effort. Our sages imagine that on Shabbat, we stop working even though the things that continue to work without our effort work. And that includes how much effort goes into speaking and walking and talking, allowing your eyes and your ears and your body now to effortlessly do what it does. If you feel like opening your eyes, I invite you to open them gently and to find the words of our ancestors on page 23 and 24.
Lecha dodi lekrat kala pnei Shabbat mekabela
זכור בדיבורך, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. לשם תפארת לתהילה ולדוד לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה נכדודי לקראת קלה ובני שבת נקבלה מעפר פנימי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך תמיד, על יד בני שבייס הלכתי. הקרבה אל נפשי גאלה לך, רק חלני Abby, Rav David, Nancy, Becca, Adele, Rachel, Carol, Roberta, Wall, and Leslie, Liana, Asher, Chaim, Ronine, Elaine and Don, Nikai. בשלום, עטרת בעלה, גם לשמחה ובצער, תוך אמונה העם סגולה, לא יכלה שבת המלכה. איי 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 לך דודי, איי 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 גרם איי איי בני שבת, בני שבת As you turn to face Yerushalayim, to face Jerusalem, I invite you to please remain standing if you're able. Find the words of our healing prayer on page 113 as we demarcate, as we bring attention to this liminal space between the joy of welcoming Shabbat and the grief of mourners and the brokenness of bodies, hearts, minds, and souls, the Shabbat. These two mingle and commingle. Healer of the brokenhearted, bring healing to those who are in need of healing tonight.
Healer of the broken-hearted, binder of their wounds, counter of uncountable stars, you know who they are.
הרופא ומחבש בעצמותם מנה מספר לכוכבים לכולם שמות יקרא names have appeared in the screen in your own heart. You can see their images of loved ones. I hope that they have the strength and have the support needed to heal. We pray for them amongst all of those who need healing tonight. And we say together, Hallelujah. You may be seated, everyone. Into this beautiful, rich container of our release of the week and our received of Shabbat. We're going to avail ourselves and make ourselves, maybe for the first time since, has it been? Oh, okay, who knows, first time, whatever. We're just going to say hello to all newcomers. If you're here for the first time, we invite you in a couple of minutes, maybe 2 minutes or so, to just stand and say your name. We'll do the same for those in the Zoomagog too. A couple of very brief announcements that you can see here on the screen in front of you. Come play with your friends and meet new ones at the Friends of Bloomingdale Park next to the Romemu Center. So right next door to the Romemu Center, which is on the south corner of the same kind of east side of Amsterdam. There's a beautiful park called the Bloomingdale Park that the city put millions of dollars into making the most accessible park in the city. A wonderful park. So Friends of Bloomingdale, it's just a great neighborhood that we live in. So come out November 21st. There's going to be activities for all ages. And then, of course, the same day, maybe you'll start your day doing that and then come afterwards for the community kitchen that will be that afternoon at 3 o'clock in partnership with Mandala Cafe. The Romemu Community Center will have an ability to make meals and then give them to people, which is pretty direct, servicing of the world. So we also have in Park Place in Brooklyn and online, there's going to be an introduction to radical voices from Jewish spiritual, cultural, and political history. That ill communication. I think I got that wrong last week, but I got it this week. That's happening on November 16th. And then our Purim spiels. Where's Rich? Rich, can you stand up for a second? That's Rich Orloff right there. And Rich is an amazingly talented writer and many, many things. And he's going to be putting together the Purim spiel this year, the Purim play. We can't get started early enough. So we're like, workshop in December. So that's going to be happening on November 16th and 17th, the auditions, so they can be ready for that workshop. Thanks, Rich, for that. Appreciate that. Also, everybody, you have an opportunity to celebrate a birthday, a bar mitzvah anniversary, or any other joyous occasion by sponsoring Shabbat services. Yes, believe it or not, Shabbat services are for you to sponsor. It's an opportunity for you to lift up someone, to honor their name, to honor the family, to honor an occasion. Just let the office know, let us know that you'd like to honor, and we'll be able to lift up that person and that occasion, and also bring some of the beauty of Shabbat into the community as well. So that's there too. We have a couple of brochures on the way out. Take one. And of course, this Shabbat, tomorrow morning, we have our open book at 8:45. That new time, 8:45, for those of you who might not have heard that, all those who come to the Parsha class tomorrow morning at 8:45. Our services tomorrow begin at 10, and we have a special mazel tov for our bar mitzvah for Jesse and to the entire family, to you, Justin and Jesse, because of Susan's bar mitzvah happening tomorrow morning. So we're super excited. Mazel tov to you, Jesse and Justin, and to the Gansa because of Susan's big morning tomorrow, and of course your Kiddush that will happen at the end of the services tonight. We're super excited about that. Anybody? Oh, it's not happening? No, she also knows it tonight. Yeah, we went through it. Anybody here for the first time want to say hi? Any first timers? This is a custom that's been about a decade plus. Just saying hi to people, sign folks.
Hi, my name is Miriam, and I live in the DC area, and I'm here visiting my friend Rich Orloff.
Awesome. Welcome. Welcome.
Shalom.
Shalom.
אני שמי עמר.
Omer?
Amr, my name is
Amr.
Yeah, I'm
Assalamu
from
alaikum.
Jordan. No, I'm from Jordan, and this is my first time over here. And I'm excited to be here. I've always wanted to visit the synagogue. Ken?
Ken. Nice.
זה מדהים.
זה מדהים. So Amr?
Yes.
Amr.
Or you can call me Amir. It's easier. Amir.
Okay,
People here
whichever
call me
one. We have some people who speak Arabic and so on. We are okay with the guttural, but just so you know, every synagogue in the world is exactly like this one. Every single one. So
I'll take your words for
No,
it.
take my word. Yeah, exactly. He's like, thank you so much, brother. It's good to have you here. From Yarden, from Jordan, with love. Okay, here, some folks here, and then over here.
Hi, my name is James, and I am a second-year rabbinical student, and I'm really excited to be here with you all tonight.
Hey, James, where are you a rabbinical student?
At Hebrew Union College.
At HEC. Wonderful. Good to have you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Matt. I'm in grad school up at Columbia for public health, and it's my first time here, and I'm glad to be here.
Well, Karen, there you go, public health. There's a connection right there. That's wild. Okay, in the back.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. My name is Ari. I moved to New York City about 3 weeks ago. Was most recently living in Tel Aviv for a year, and happy to be here.
Okay, wonderful. Where are we living in Tel Aviv? Oh, wow, okay. Wow. My sister lives in Tel Aviv. My nephew now lives in Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv. Hi.
Shabbat Shalom, I'm Ariella. I live in Boynton Beach, Florida. I'm here with my son and my niece who will introduce themselves, and we're doing a college tour in New York City. So it's fun to be back and see it again.
Yeah, it's great. Okay.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Noam.
I know.
I'm Alana. Shabbat Shalom.
Hi, Lana. That's great. What colleges are you guys checking out?
Today we went to JTS Columbia, and we're going to do NYU this weekend also.
Nice.
Yeah, and we were in Boston yesterday. We did 4 schools in one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, what a tour. That's great. I love it. All right, some folks online. Let's see, anybody here in the Zoomagog? Let's see. Any new folks here? So we have Raphael's sister. Raphael Pimenta's sister from Ireland. Kelly is there. That's nice to meet you, Kelly. And let's see, there's people wishing each other good Shabbos. We wish you good Shabbos too. That's awesome. Beautiful. Okay, Yoav, I went to JTS Columbia. Yoav is offering his services here, so you just need to know that. Okay, Shabbat Shalom, loving it. Okay, wonderful. That's awesome. So we'd like to invite everybody to please rise, if you're able, for the call to prayer. The beginning of the evening prayers, the Ma'ariv, can be found in your Sidurim. On page 31 and 32, this melody is super simple for all of us to sing together, and that's the best, right? How many people here were waiting for like 19 months to sit next to someone and hear their voice and harmonize? Oh, yeah. It's like only so long you could be singing at a screen, right? So like appreciate it, right? It's happening. Let's sing together. Sing with us, okay? Security man, sing with us, okay, brother? Bum, 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 bum. Ay, 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 ay,
את אדוני המבורך.
Adonai המבורך לעולם ועד.
המבורך לעולם ועד.
Oh, ay, 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 na, 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 ay, ay, You may be seated as we continue on page 33 and 34. B'chashkinah Elateinu l'cholam asher דבר מעבירנו ומסדר את הכוכבים ישרתה והכיר כרצונה ויודו מביא יום ומביא הלילה מביא לילה בינו ובין לילה יצוות שמו.
אלה חיה וקיימת, תמיד תמלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל עמך אהבת. תור מצוות חוקים ומשפטים עושנו למטו כן. אדון אלוהינו בשערינו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובכם נגד יומם ולילה ויעבדתך אל תסור ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו on page 39 and 40.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך וקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בידיך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך והיה אם שמוע תשמעו אל מצותי אשר אל מצותי.
Continue on the second paragraph on page 41, 42, 43. ועבדת מזוזות בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך.
And the well of life will be wounded and will
עבדת
close
נראה
up
לי על עצת ואשר אדוננו עושים לכם ושמתם את דברי אל על לבבכם על נפשכם ושמתם על מזוזות ביתכם ובשעריכם. יום אדוני אל משה לאמור דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם יוצאתם ציצית על קנטה בגדיהם לדורותם ותנו על ציצית ינבט ידכם ולכם לציצית וראיתם אותו וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו.
Do not be misdirected by your hearts or by your eyes when you are drawn after them. In this way you will remember, observe my ways, be holy to the breath of life, the breath of life, breath of life, your God. I am the breath of life, your God, who carried you out of the land of Egypt that I might be God to you. I am the breath of life, your God, the God of being, the manifester to you. The God is true. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Emet. Emet.
ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו על page 46. המכה בעבר סוקול, המעביר בנה בין גזרי ים מסובב רופאים את צונאיהם ותאומות ליבם. ואומנים את גבורתו שיבגו ויודו לשמו, ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליכם. משה ומרים ובני ישראל הכנו שירה, ושמחה רבה, ויאמרו כולם, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך
נהדר בקודש,
נורא סהילות
ספר.
מלכותך רוב הנכח, לא קיים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי ודע אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. As we turn to page 49 and 50, to the words of Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom, lying down in peace. We bring to heart and mind at this moment just a simple wish that all of those who are in this room tonight have peace when they lie down. All of those who you'll meet along the way home tonight, may they also lie down in peace tonight. May all of those who are at home waiting or at home watching, and all of those who are praying in all the other synagogues and in all the other spaces, all the mosques and all the churches and all the ashrams and all the pubs. May they lie down tonight in peace. Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom Ve'amidenu Malkeinu L'Chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom Shalom Aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei Tevel v'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. Please rise if you are able. V'shamnu on page 51 and 52. V'shamnu ene Yisrael et Hashem לעשות את השבת דורותם kaddish on the bottom, page 51 and 52.
יתקדש ויתקדש שמי רבה,
אמן.
יעמד יברח לימותי וימלך מלכותי,
וחי כל יומך
וחי כל בית ישראל. בעגלה ובזמן קריב יאמרו
אמן. יהי שמי רבה
מבורך,
יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה נעלם ונקבר חסה ושירצה תושבך Damira and let us say
Amen.
We take the next few minutes in silent prayer with God as you understand God, or in the words of the Siddur, our ancestors' prayer on page 58, or any of the other offerings which can be found on page 53.
אם תחנה עלי מחנה, לא יירא ליבי. אם תקום עלי מלחמה, בזאת אני בוטח, בזאת אני בוטח, בזאת אני בוטח, בזאת אני בוטח. אם תקום עלי, אם תחנה
עלי מחנה,
לא יירא ליבי. אם תקום עלי מלחמה, בזאת אני בוטח, בזאת אני בוטח, בזאת אני בוטח, בזאת אני בוטח. אם תקום עלי,
לא יירא, 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 אם תקום Tomorrow morning's Torah reading begins with the words Vayetze Yaakov mi Be'er Sheva, Vayelech Harana. And Jacob left Be'er Sheva. And he went on his way to a place called Haran, where his uncle Laban, the brother of his mother Rebekah, lived. This Vayetze, this and he left, becomes the source of quite a bit of Torah amongst the sages over the past 2 millennia. The name of the parsha, the name of the portion we'll read tomorrow, is named for that most significant first word, Vayetze, and he left. Latzet means to go, it's an exodus. And he made the great escape from the family system, from the dysfunction, from the murderous brother, from the ugly stories. He was up and gone. But the rabbis are bothered by that word Vayetze, the very word that becomes the name of the parsha itself is problematic for the rabbis. It wouldn't have caught my eye just to be true. But for the rabbis who look at every word in the Torah and say to themselves with the most amazing holy arrogance and holy chutzpah, God, if I were your editor, I would have left out that word. And then they say, well, it must be that God, there's a reason here for that word. Why do we need to know that he left Be'er Sheva? Just tell us that he's going to Haran. This thorn in the mind of the rabbis produced quite a bit of Torah. What's the significance of letting us know that he left the place? Tell us where he's going, not where he's leaving. The most famous answer brought in the Midrash, in the rabbinic folk, which is quoted by the great medieval exegete Rashi, is, it teaches us, of course, that when a tzaddik, a righteous person, leaves a place, the joy of the place, the beauty of the place, the shine of the place, the yofi of the place, the magnificence of the place is gone. Yatsa hadara, yatsa hoda. And then more poignantly, Rashi then says, it also teaches us, of course, that when a tzaddik, a righteous person, leaves the scene or leaves the city, not only have they taken with them all of its beauty, but they've left an impression that can't be easily filled, a space that can't easily be replaced. That we matter, that we take up room while we're alive. That when we leave the scene, it isn't just where we're going, but where we've left. We'll feel the roshem, the word used by Rashi, roshem, which means a residue, a film. Something is left behind, and it's an absence. An absence is still there. A palpable presence is still there. But then some of the Mefarshim, some of the commentators ask a question on this beautiful, you thought it was all buttoned up. Okay, now I understand why the Torah used vayetze and not some other word or just leaving it out. Just tell us vayelech harana, so we know when a righteous person leaves, all of that. It says, another commentator, but wait a second. When Jacob left, it wasn't as if all of the righteous people that were living in Beersheba left with him. Who else was left there? His mom, Rebecca, his dad, Isaac, a couple of other people from the Righteous Person Club. So in the beautiful answer to that question, it teaches us that, of course, even if you still have righteous people left over, even if there are people whose presence is so powerful that you wouldn't say that there's nothing left, that it's a diminishment, it's something that's powerfully and palpably lacking. If one person fewer, one righteous person, one holy person, one special person, one remarkable person, which we all are, it leaves a roshem, it leaves a palpable residue, a film that can't be offset by any kind of calculation, any kind of bodhisattva accounting. We still have two, they're equal to one. No, each person. And then he goes on to say, this particular commentator says, you know what? And let's think, when Jacob left, nobody even knew that he left, except for his parents. It wasn't that the whole town came out to say goodbye to him. And nonetheless, the rabbis say that the lack that Jacob's presence produced, or his absence produced, was felt in a subtle way by everyone who lived there. But then, of course, the upshot of the teaching from the rabbis. Because in our mystical tradition, that same word, roshem, which means residue, that which remains, the leftover, becomes the vessel for the next receptivity, the next moment of light comes from that residue, that film, that leftover. Jacob was like that, right? Jacob himself was just the second of the twins. He himself was the residue that became the vessel. He represented all that was left behind. Everything in Jacob's life was that which was left behind. He goes back over and over again. He doubles back and circles back to all the places. It's like watching someone sew. Jacob goes back and forth. He's one place and then he's another. Everything in Jacob's life is a little bit later than it should be. He builds a life off of what is left over in the space that he has just arrived in. Jacob builds upon residue, upon broken shards, upon leftovers, upon that which is still there, that still inheres in the place. Jacob's life is a testimonial to the remarkable capacity that we have to resurrect from just a little bit, just what is just barely left over. A new vessel is born. The final three words of the Torah, Le'enei kol Yisrael, before the eyes of Israel. The three words that Moses finishes the whole Torah with, Le'enei, to the eyes of the children of Israel. Le'enei kol Yisrael, the first letter of each of those words is spelling the word kli, vessel. As the Torah ends, Le'enei lamed kol chaf Yisrael yud kli. In the aftermath of the ending, of the leaving, of the absence, there's still a residue, and that is palpable, and of course, on some profound level is mourned, but also becomes the place where growth happens. Couldn't help but think about this Torah this week. I found myself last Sunday walking around having not realized that it was Marathon Sunday. And I told my class this week that every year on Marathon Sunday, we who were lucky enough to know someone named Robert Gedalia, who lived in my building on 200 West 90th Street for 8 years, and he was the mayor of the building. Every building in New York has a mayor. The person in the lobby who has no fourth wall, the person that knows the names of everybody that walks through and says hello, kind of like what I had growing up is like the candy person in our shul. Like the one who's like making connections. And Robert had his favorite thing to do, Robert, was to go on Marathon Sunday and stand on Fifth Avenue and run out into the middle of the street where all the runners were and just give them chizuk, give them strength. It was his favorite thing to do in the world. That's what he did in the world. He would do it when he was dancing around here. Those who remember him dancing, he'd be pointing at everybody and saying, Good Shabbos, Good Shabbos. And all of a sudden on Sunday, I don't know why, I didn't even see a runner, and I just thought about Robert. I thought, oh, that's from the Roshan. That's the residue. I remembered him. And I had a palpable desire to run to Fifth Avenue and just give people chizuk. Yeah? From the leftover, the memory, from the place that's no longer fully present, but is in its absence still vitalizing our lives. Like walking into a shul that we haven't prayed in 19 months in quite the same way. And over again, I talk to worship leaders and prayer leaders, and we say, like, what's it like? We're like, well, in the beginning, it's weird. But then the same thing that was there before is still there. We just start praying in the same groove. We start walking in the same way. It's different, but it's the same. When the tzaddik leaves, when the righteous person leaves, where the presence is absent, we still feel it, even if it's not in its fullness. So as we make our turn in our lives, and we continue in profound ways to notice what's not here. On a week when we honor the memories of those who gave their lives for this country, those who were lifted up on Veterans Day in memorial of their extreme sacrifice for those of us who enjoy the liberties that they died to defend. On a week where, of course, this weekend we lift up the memory of what took place in 1938 in Germany, Kristallnacht, a place that has the Roshem of hundreds and millions of our Jewish brothers and sisters and family members. We recognize the possibility of rising from the residue, from being elevated from that film that is left over in history and in our own personal lives and in our communities. The absence itself can become the very engine and the vehicle that we use to rebuild, to build a vessel, Le'inei Kol Yisrael, for the eyes of all of our brothers and sisters, a vessel that will hold this new paradigm that is being birthed. It's a bracha to be with all of you tonight. The blessing to feel in the absence of beloveds like Chaya Bracha, Evelyn Goodman, and Robert Gedalia, and others. I can see them dancing. And I can feel that call to honor their memory and to trust deeply, that as vessels have been broken before and absence has been met before with presence, we too will continue. We will continue to build a world from the residue that remains. Please rise. Hashevota elevavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim Hashevota elevavecha Amen. If you're in mourning this evening, we invite you to please remain standing. Otherwise, we invite you to be seated. Also, in the Zoomagog, we invite those who are remembering loved ones to please write in the names of loved ones into the chat area, even as we read the names of loved ones quietly to ourselves that are appearing on the screen. We lift up today Sam Torgan, whose second yahrzeit is today. Cal. Magid Yitzhak Bucksbaum. Alina.
My dear friend, Tony Rapone.
My late ex-wife, Marianne Weber Dubin.
My friend Lara.
Yeah, folks, you can just pass the microphone to one another, yeah?
Yahrzeit of my mother, Ida Goldman.
My daughter, Gloria Miriam Kish.
My friend and associate Glenn DeVry, who less than a month ago magically went up into space with William Shatner, who died tragically in a plane crash yesterday.
My father, Alan Dumaine.
My friend, John Frazier.
Go ahead, Jesse.
We're remembering my mother, Daisy Mangus Klein, and my father, Louis Klein.
Behind you, yeah.
The young Israeli, Yanai, who was swept away in a river recently in Guatemala.
My second mother, Joshi Kalman.
From the Zoom space, Eric and Hamilton Dominguez, and also Adolphe Guerre, and all of those who say in the first week of Shiva to Andrea Kaiser, Yogdev Olsikart, Rabbi Dorothy Richmond's father, L.J. Richmond Jr., Rosalind Lieberman, Ron Lieberman's mother, and Suzanne Warner, the mother of Kathleen. Phyllis Alt, Machabi Ben Moshe, Sheldon Tandler, Grace Azar, and Roberta Bell within the first Shloshim, and the names of all of these individuals. If it's your custom to stand for the mourners, we invite you to rise. And the mourners' kaddish can be found in your Siddur on page 115 and 16. Yiskadal v'yiskadash shmei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'olma divrach Yerusei v'yamlich malchusei. V'chayichon v'yamichon v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. V'agalav v'zman kori v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mivrach le'lam v'yamaya. Yidvarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekucha b'richu. Le'elam yikol v'chata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata da'amiran v'olma v'imiru.
Amen.
Yehi shlomar rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imiru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imiru.
Amen.
Yeh Zichram Baruch, may their memories be a blessing, and may the residue of their lives bless us as we go forward. Inviting to remain standing, we're going to make Kiddush now, inviting our Bat Mitzvah, Bi Mitzvah, Susan, to come forward. Kiddush can be found on page 88. Into this cup of blessings, our Kiddush tonight, we thank and bring gratitude to all of the davening leaders tonight, to Chazan Schechter and to Luke and Rich, our community band, Jonathan, Maury, Solomon, Farnoosh, Daiken, to Elliot in the back, thank you guys from Full Stack, and to our Romemu staffing team, Ari and Justin Jr. and Freddie, and of course, nothing happens here without Natalia. Thank you so much, Natalia, and everyone here. Don't forget that tomorrow morning, 8:45, not 9 o'clock, is open book. We invite Susan to come here.
השישי, ויחלו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי, ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבט מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. סברי חברה
לחיים.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן.
Amen.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קדשנו במצוותיו ורצבנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זכרו למעשה בראשית.
כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, קיבלנו ואותנו עם כל העמים ושבת
ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. Shabbos, everybody. Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos. Ahoseh shalom nimramav. Uyaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael.
Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.